Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. You know what time it is. It is time to elevate Springfield. It's time to 10X your life, 10X your business, and 10X Springfield. You are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Farrell here, certified 10X coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, another great episode today coming to you from downtown Springfield in the Big Dog Construction Studio. Hey, we've got David Rieger and Connor Prior today. David is from the Sangamon County Veterans Assistance Commission. Connor is from Operation Hometown Heroes. Phenomenal mission, both of them trying to help and impact veterans each and every day. So excited to help them tell their story about how they are impacting those folks and what their mission is as a relatively new organization when it comes to the Operation Hometown Heroes. So excited to talk with them and bring you their story. We also have another edition of the Communities Grow Together segment brought to you by David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agency over on West Wabash. Hey, anything you need, home, auto, life, business, insurance related, give David a shout or stop by and talk to his team and they will get you taken care of. We're going to talk with Michael Thomas in that segment. You might remember him from an episode a few months ago, well, closer to probably 6 months ago now, actually. He's from Express, but today he's here to talk to us about CILSA, the Central Illinois Customer Service Association. They've got a great event coming up here in October that we're going to talk all about, as well as everything else they do. That's another association that I'm involved with and always go to their events. They do some phenomenal things here in the community. So do want to thank our friends over at Custom Property Solutions. Anything you need land related, whether that's land clearing, forestry, mulching, hardscapes, landscapes, or anything in between, Brandon and his team are going to take care of you with precision and passion. Hey, give Brandon a shout or head over to custompropertysolutionsllc.com. Hey, looking forward to another great week in Springfield and looking forward to bringing you these stories today. So we'll be right back with more after the break.
Custom Property Solutions transforms land and outdoor spaces throughout Central Illinois with precision and passion. Clearing overgrown brush to crafting stunning patios and fire pits. Need expert lawn care, excavation, or fence row clearing? They've got you covered, safely, efficiently, and on budget. Fully insured and satisfaction guaranteed. Visit CustomPropertySolutionsLLC.com today, where your land meets their passion. All right, and we are back. Got a couple of people joining with me today. They are with a phenomenal cause out there. I have David Rieger and Connor Prior in with me. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Doing great. This weather's been beautiful and had a great weekend, so can't complain.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous out there. I went out to the West Side Market on Sunday and talked to some of the vendors, and it was just an absolutely beautiful day to be walking around Springfield.
Absolutely, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so David, you're with the Veterans Assistance Commission, but we also have Operation Hometown Heroes that you guys started. David, why don't we start with you? Talk just a little bit about you and your role at the Veterans Assistance Commission.
Of course. So David Rieger Jr., I grew up around the area, graduated out in New Berlin. I went straight into active duty Army, where I spent just under 4 years and spent some time in Iraq as an intelligence analyst. After I got out, came back, I have lots of family, and I've just come back to the area because I want to be closer to my family after that. So my dad spent 33 years in the Army, so I grew up around that and moved around every year or two. So being displaced wasn't my cup of tea, I mean, I wanted to root grounds back to somewhere that was familiar. Family's the most important thing to me. So I made that a priority when I was shaping where I wanted to go. So after I got back, I started doing various security and asset protection loss prevention with different corporations, large corporations here in Springfield. And then I worked and got myself, along with others, service connected through the VA. And that allowed me to take a pretty significant pay cut to do something that is near and dear to my heart. So my dad spent 33 years in the Army. My entire family is military. So veterans have a special meaning to me.
Absolutely.
Especially being a part of that population. I'm eventually going to be in the position that a lot of my veterans family members are going to be in. So I've seen opportunity through various organizations that help and assist veterans. And that's where I think I could have my influence in assisting or moving towards like a better quality of service. So that led me to the Veterans Assistance Commission of Sangamon County. So we're a county entity where we help veterans primarily with filing benefits, but for Sangamon County veterans specifically and their family members, we provide financial assistance.
Okay.
So anything related to veterans and really the community, period. I always say someone always knows a veteran, whether it's a mailman or an uncle or whomever, someone always knows a veteran or can point them in the right direction. And through building relationships in the community, we just want to be able to share and connect and come together, because to me, that's what it's all about, is the community and helping each other out and getting through those difficult times. So
Thank you for your service, and thank you to your family for their service.
absolutely.
So did you always know you were going to do military? Like growing up, was that something you always knew you were going to do, follow in the family's footsteps?
So I guess I always did. I think a big turning point for me, I was actually living with my dad in Fort Knox, Kentucky during 9/11, watching everything unfold as they rolled in the old school TV. I was at Fort Knox. They locked everything down and we watched the video and watched the second tower get struck. So from there, it was an odd time. Everyone's frantic. But by the end of that day and the following day, there was just a sense of community and patriotism that really stuck out to me. And I knew from a very young age, at 11 years old, that I wanted to do what I could to protect my family, loved ones, and ultimately country.
It's amazing how you can vividly remember exactly what you were doing and where you were when things like that happened. I mean, I know I was 18 when it happened. I was working at a factory and we were on break at the time, and we had this tiny little TV. I mean, it was literally like a 13-inch TV, and we'd have it on the news or something, and that's what came on like right when we walked into break. It's just, you can vividly recall exactly where you were. Crazy.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit more about your time in the military. You said you're intelligence.
So intelligence analyst. So we worked with multiple different branches and services during my time, just training and all that. But specifically when I was in Iraq, we worked with Navy SEALs, Special Forces, Air Force, all of that. So in that time, it was during the withdrawal period. So we were kind of pulling together resources, but we still had to protect home base. So I specifically worked on networking and understanding how individuals operate and their pattern of living, so that I could provide a intelligence briefing to leadership and or those who are conducting operations to help keep everyone safe, ourselves and our counterparts in Iraq. So that's what I did. Yeah.
How do you feel like that military training and education and everything, how do you feel like that elevates you personally?
I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and everything that I do with my job, and even how I operate outside of my work. Specifically in my field of military intelligence, there's a thing called intelligence preparation of the battlefield. So it's assess, put together an action, execute the action, and then do a review of everything. So I process that entire thing through anything and everything I do from that thought process and just try to improve on everything. So it's just stuck with me, and I don't even think about doing it, and it just happens and helps me make quick, informed decisions. And it allows me to look at things not just in a tactical standpoint, but in a strategic standpoint as well, to understand the entire battlefield and understand what your specific actions can do on a population.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. How do veterans access services that you guys offer at the Veterans Commission?
Yeah, so we're pretty active in being out in the community, whether that's a car show at Cherry Hills or the Salvation Army putting on some type of events. We're out there, but we're located right here downtown at the old SJR building.
Mhm.
So 300 South 9th Street. We just moved in. We have 7 offices. We have 6 staff members and 5 veteran service officers. So they're specifically accredited to assist veterans legally, to file for different benefits and really help navigate. And everyone in my office, specifically my staff, are veterans. And we have one who is a spouse. So they're aware of both sides of what we do.
You know, that's what the VSO
Yes.
it stands
Veterans-
for.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Veteran service officers. Yep.
Okay. And what all do you have to do to become that again?
Yeah, so it's an accreditation process. So we work with a organization called National Association of County Veteran Service Officers. They're a organization that's recognized and ultimately blessed off by the VA to provide training that is a week-long training. At the end, you have 100 question accreditation test to take. So you go through that process. That's offered about 4 times, 3 times, 4 times a year. And then once you get that, you get blessed off through the VA and you go through the whole formal process to get access to the VA systems, which gives us a huge strategic advantage to assisting veterans because we have access to their military files, their health records through the VA, and all those different things. We could see the internal workings of everything where something might have went wrong or something was missed.
You and Connor started a new initiative out there, right? Operation Hometown Heroes. So talk to us a little bit about the impetus to Operation Hometown Heroes.
So, being in the business that I have, there's red tape around working in the government sometimes and just working with other organizations. So, as we know, whether you're military or not, time is of the essence, and we don't have time to wait a month or 6 months to get into a service or get financial assistance or anything like that. So that's where I came to my family and I'm like, hey, there's this gap. I don't want to be directly a part of that. I don't want there to be a conflict of interest between my business and what they provide, but we can mutually help each other out and try to fill those gaps as quickly as possible, contact people. A big thing working at the Veterans Assistance Commission is just calling people back. And letting them know that they're heard and not just listening. They're coming in for financial assistance. You're not just putting a Band-Aid on it. You're looking, what's the whole scope of things that we could do? So
yeah, how can we holistically help with this rather than just a quick fix, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And mental health is a big part of what we do. That's a piece to me that's really personal. And the whole reason of why I came over to the VAC, I want to make a bigger, larger impact on that. Haven't exactly filled it completely out, but working with Connor and my family, we've come across multiple different resources. So I'm a strategic partner with Operation Hometown Heroes and just trying to connect them with the veterans who we can't assist immediately, or there's different opportunities to help out.
Okay. Well, Connor, let's hear a little bit about you before we talk more about what you guys do at Operation Hometown Heroes. Talk to us a little bit about your background.
Growing up, small town, real small town. Riverton. I graduated from there, met my wife, young age. We've got 3 children now, 12, 11, 7, awesome children. Just real family oriented. All the kids are in sports. We love hanging out. We like to just have fun. We like to do adventures and volunteer. We are really big into volunteering. My son helped pack bags middle of this year to help send out with Hope Church to send overseas to help with food rations and things like that. So yeah, we just hang out and have a good time.
So what's the mission of Operation Hometown Heroes? What's you guys' goal?
It's to help the veterans. Veterans have given so much. There's nothing we can give back for the thanks they've given for us. David's part of the family. Just seeing simply with just David, the things he's run into with getting things done through the VA, there's always a guideline or procedure, and everybody understands that, but sometimes that's not fast enough. So with Operation Hometown, we can step in immediately with any type of funds, whether it be assisting with groceries for the week or gas, or if you need help with rent, necessity items to help you get through the day-to-day jobs. I mean, we can jump in there immediately and give those. And we've had multiple people reach out to us wanting to help. I mean, we've had people reaching out over the last month since we've started. We've had just under 50,000 interactions with our social media. We've helped alongside with David get essentials to a veteran that had been homeless for 18 years, and he wanted to make that transition into being in housing. And it was really awesome to meet this veteran. He's such a sweet guy. You would never notice it. I mean, very big statue guy. He's pretty unapproachable, but once you start talking to him, I mean, he has all these stories from what he did in the military. He's like a book. And just getting to know these people personally it's been really, really fun.
Yeah.
Like just being able to have a difference in that transition, because some people aren't ready for that transition. Some people aren't ready to ask for help. And I understand that. Like, I mean, as a man, you don't want to reach out. You don't want to admit defeat or whatever the case may be. And that's not what it is. I mean, we're all here for each other as part of a community is having each other's backs.
No doubt about it. What drew you initially to this? Was it being around David? What drew you to this mission?
Being around David was huge, and deciding to start this. The whole family, like David said, the whole family is full of veterans. I mean, friends, family, there's just veterans all around our life, and we see them having struggles, and the things that are out there that people don't know about just because they don't know how to get a hold of those resources. And then that's when David can step in and, give out these resources for these people that genuinely need help. And then life happens to everybody. It just happens in a different way. And it's just been awesome so far. It's been incredible.
And it's really quite recent, right? I mean, when did you start?
31 days ago.
31 days ago.
31 days ago. We've helped 6 veterans alongside with David. We've helped with the transition into housing, getting them the supply. One actually was an incomplete quadriplegic, and he needed a lift chair. I made some social media videos, asked some community if we can all come together to help this individual get what he needs. And it was just something simple as to get him up to stand, because he doesn't have that access to do that. And within 3 hours, we had a lift chair in the back of a truck.
Wow.
I mean, it was amazing. We've got a hold of different resources in Springfield, and it's coming across these things has been amazing. It's been awesome so far. I mean, it's been mind blowing.
Yeah, so are you surprised with the traction it's gotten already by the support of the community?
I am a little, but I had a feeling that
there's a lot of great people in this town.
There is. People, we've had a couple partnerships with some people in Sangamon County. Ben Slusser is a real estate agent. He's actually one of our sponsors. He's helped with donations. Actually, one of his donations recently got a veteran into housing. He donated the security deposit.
Wow.
It's mind-blowing. I get goosebumps talking about it just because the amount of love out in the community is just astounding. It's awesome.
It is a very generous community. There are a lot of great people, a lot of great associations, a lot of great businesses out there that are more than happy to contribute and play a part in an organization that has a great mission like you guys do. So that's phenomenal, right?
It's been amazing.
So what's month 2 have in store for you? You guys are super early on, but how are you going to continue to keep growing this thing?
We're still just getting our name out there, just the advertisement of letting people know our mission and getting outreach to people that need the help. I mean, we're getting requests from other states now. at this point, I mean, we can't take on the whole city at once. I mean,
Right.
it's not feasible for a small family to do. It's one day at a time. And if we can help one person a week or one person a day or even one person a month, as long as I can say that I'm helping someone, that's all I care about. And then we've got a couple new t-shirt designs that we're about to be releasing for donations. We're trying to give a little incentive for people. You give out $20 donation, we're going to send you a really cool Operation Hometown Heroes t-shirt, just thanking you that you are a very good person for giving what you don't have to give.
Mm-hmm.
And looking forward to see what comes. I'm going to surprise myself.
Awesome.
am.
Well, David, how important is it to have kind of this arm of what you do, to be able to assist veterans along this line as well as what you do day to day?
Of course, just looking at the gaps that I have, I would give the shirt off my back. I grew up around those people, and it's easy for me to do that, even at the detriment of myself at some points. But I have a good family to keep me balanced and remind me you got to take care of yourself before you could help others. So I just been extremely blessed in the opportunity on people that love me. It's easy for them to do what they do just because it's a give and take relationship. There have been times through each one of our lives that we've been able to lean on each other and then help each other out. So being a family is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. That family aspect is super important. When you're in the military, you have that brotherhood there too, right?
Yes, yes.
So with the commission, how do you feel like you elevate your life professionally?
So I get to wear a lot of different hats. So being the assistant superintendent, I get to do the tactical operation of things and help influence how we interact with veterans and how we operate in the office, how we follow up, all those items. But then I get to switch roles that same day and go to a meeting where I'm sitting in front of multiple different leadership from the VA or local resources like the Veterans Task Group here that help homeless veterans. Also, the crisis team, who is a part of the state's attorney initiative to help address mental health crisis in that. In the same week or sometimes even the same days, I get to interact with not just the people that are on the ground, but those who are in a position of policy making or direct influence over a larger organization.
How important is that? Being here in Springfield, we can do some statewide politics, but how important is that to get in front of those legislators, to let them know the importance of what you do and the supports that you guys provide?
It's huge. And I think looking on both sides, I've always been just a follower, a soldier in a sense of I'm just doing what I'm told. But being in a position and having the ears of someone who's in a higher position to do that, at the end of the day, it's about relationships. So when you're talking with those who are in those positions, just talking to them and getting to know them, regardless of their financial backgrounds or their personal beliefs, at the end of the day, we're just human beings.
Absolutely.
And I treat anyone that I come across, whether they're a homeless veteran or a U.S. representative. I'm going to treat you all the same, and have that personal, because I care. I want to learn. I'm very curious on what they do and how they could operate and how we could all work together.
So what kind of numbers are we talking in terms of the amount of veterans in our area that really need this type of support?
So in Sangamon County, there's approximately 12,300 veterans. You multiply those dependents or those family members, and the average household is about 2.5. So we're looking about 30,000 veteran population just in Sangamon County.
I guess that's higher than I would have thought.
It's a lot. And I guess I don't realize it, or I really realize it. Like, I live in New Berlin and I drive around and I see veteran plates all over the place. I'm like, I had no idea. Or I'm a part of Hope Church and I go to a Rooted group to learn.
Yeah.
And there were, out of like 20 some people, there were at least 5 or 6 veterans. So they're all over the place. Like I said, someone always knows a veteran. They're not always vocal about it, but there's always some type of connection to that. So
no doubt about it. Yeah. You mentioned Rooted groups. My wife is at a Rooted group tonight. Different church, but Rooted group still.
Yeah, it was a very eye-opening experience for me. And I've always just been hesitant. And when I isolate it and look at it, it's a control thing. For you to trust something, you got to surrender yourself and just be open and receptive to a new idea. And Rooted allowed me to do that. I got to meet some great people. We've had dinners since then. We text throughout the week and just provide encouragement and prayer. And it's been a very eye opening experience, not just for me, but my wife's involved. My daughter goes to daycare piece when we
Yeah.
go to church. She gets excited about it. And through that, I've been able to invite my family. They get to see my joy and happiness. And like I said, the family is the most important thing to me. So if I could offer, hey, do you want to go to church with me today? Or bring them a sign during Easter to put that up,
Yeah.
just trying to get them involved without pushing them to do it. That's been the coolest thing about all this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, my daughters serve in the 3 or 4 year old room on Sundays when the people bring their kids and everything. So that's
Yeah.
their way of serving, and they love it to go out there and be with the kids while the parents are in the service. So
Yeah.
it's fun. It's really cool.
It is, yeah.
So, what are a couple lessons you learned from the military that maybe anybody, military or not, could utilize in their lives?
So my grandfather served in the Army. Oh, I don't even know what time frame, but post World War II era. And what he told me before I went to basic training is when you want to give up, just keep going, right? Just pull it within you and just keep going, because you'll be shocked if you push through. And I've heard you mention this multiple times on your podcast. The difference between those that succeed and don't is just being able to navigate the tough waters and make it through. And that's been key in everything that I've learned. And I've just done that throughout my life. I've had lots of different tragedies that could be very disabling to a lot on where it just ruins their lives and it takes control of that. And I've been a victim of that at points, but leaning on the multiple different resources that are out there with mental health and spirituality and financial, like there are resources out there for anything and everything. So being open enough to kind of ask for that help and vulnerable, a big thing of me is just leading by example.
Absolutely.
So that's another thing that I learned in the military is just there are lots of different backgrounds and beliefs, and you're not always going to see eye to eye, but if you're living what you're preaching, it's pretty easy for someone to get behind you. And when I look and I assess the leadership or those that I admire what they do, I get to see they're actually doing what they're telling me to do.
Right.
And it's easy to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I see from the outside looking in, I was never in the military, but what draws me to that is people from all walks of life coming together to drive toward one singular goal, right?
Yeah.
To go and for just laser focused on a singular goal. And I think that's awesome.
It's really amazing what you could accomplish as a team. And at the end of the day, we're in the same fight together. When you look at it, we might have our disagreements, but when things go sideways, we're next to each other and just moving forward.
Absolutely. So either of you could take this one. Are you guys involved in any other organizations, associations around town?
So me specifically, I'm a part of VFW Post 755. So that's my military organization that I started off, and I found out about the Veterans Assistance Commission. There's a lot of people that don't know about us. There hasn't been that advertising piece yet, but we're working towards that.
Okay.
Like I said, Hope Church has been a big thing for me over the past few years, just growing spiritually, but also trying to get involved in our community and just giving back to those. So that's been a real easy thing for me. I've been affiliated with a few different organizations like the American Business Club, attending the Veterans Task Group that's put on at the Salvation Army. I'm just curious and I want to know what everyone does, because the partnerships that you could build during those, you don't know. And when you're talking or they see you on a podcast or they see you on a video,
Right.
like, I got that resource, or, oh, hey, I know how to do that. So being in a position that I am, I'm normally not a social person. I tend to like to just be quiet and all that, but stepping out of my comfort zone, I see the mass benefit, not just for myself, but for others. Having the confidence to go up and say hi to someone you don't know has just helped me and helped my community and my family a lot. So
No doubt about it. Yeah. Salvation Army, you mentioned, they do a lot of great things. I just joined their board a few months ago. So I'm
Awesome.
excited to help out along that front too.
Archie Ford was a key part of my veteran journey. I met him within the first month of being there. and he's been doing it a long time. And I'm just like, how do you separate the emotion piece of this and understand that you can't help every veteran? And he gave me some key advice that I use today. And I just constantly remind myself to stay grounded and just offer the resources. Some people aren't going to be receptive to that, and that's okay. You could go home and sleep at the end of the night knowing that you gave it everything and provided options.
Love that. Connor, you involved in anything else?
New Berlin school, helping out with concessions and
Out there with the pretzels, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we love that. Love the hometown.
What do you do? The football games for the concessions?
Yeah, a lot goes into it. I didn't realize that, but there's a big team that puts on the concessions.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it takes a village for sure.
No doubt about it.
And then just attending Hope. I mean, David got us into going to Hope, and me, wife, 3 kids, we loved it ever since. Like his daughter, I mean, our children attend the little rooms, and especially our youngest. I mean, he loves it. He gets excited. He runs out dancing every time. It's awesome. It's
Right.
awesome. We love Hope.
Well, Connor, if there's something you could tell everybody out there about why they should potentially get involved with you guys and help you guys out with your mission, what would that be?
I would simply say that if you can give. If you can't, people understand. We want you to know that anything that is given is going directly back out into the community. We're only trying to help the veterans that are out there. People can drive down the road and see the veterans that are on the side of the road holding up their signs. For Springfield, that shouldn't be a thing. I mean, everybody should be able to have housing. And I understand the crisis of not being able to have enough and all of that. And we just want to be a part of making a difference in the community.
Right.
We're excited to see what all comes ahead.
Are there any opportunities that you foresee? Maybe if somebody can't give financially, but they could give of their time.
Yeah.
Are there anything like that they could do?
Absolutely. We actually make our own T-shirts. Just giving your time to help out with that. Or we actually went out and supported a couple weekends ago at a golf outing. Gave some of our time to go play some golf to raise some money for the honor flight. That was awesome to see everybody having a blast like that.
That's
I
a
mean,
phenomenal program too, the honor flight.
It was awesome. Everybody had a great time. I mean, it was great. Food was great. Prizes, raffle was fun. Everything was a real good time.
Well, David, you're involved with a lot of different things. What are some things you think we could do community-wide to help elevate all of us here in Springfield?
Yeah. So just going to the question that you were asking, Connor, just looking at that piece, I've seen a lot of different opportunities. And I think my biggest learning from everything is there are different roles in each organization or each structure. The biggest fallout or gap is communicating with each other. So if you're in an organization where you're at the top trying to figure out how to fix things at the bottom, invite those people from the bottom to kind of be a part of that conversation, and be okay with being vulnerable and reaching out to someone that, although they're not directly aligned with what you're doing, they offer expertise that might be valuable or fit in. It's not logistically the exact same, but you could apply the same principles to what you do.
Love it. Give us the info on how to get in contact with you on both sides. So if there's a veteran out there that needs the commission, or if there's Operation Hometown Heroes, where do people go?
Yeah, so the Veteran Assistance Commission is located on 300 South 9th Street, right next to the courthouse. And you could call us at 217-753-6680 or reach out at veterans, VETERANS, at sangamonil.gov.
For us, it's operationhometownheroes.org. It has links in it to get to our Facebook, our donation page, our Facebook, same thing, Operation Hometown Heroes. Follow, like, share.
One last thing, because I always like to ask this of my military friends. Anything, maybe while you're overseas or anytime you were in service, anything super impactful that you could share with us?
Yeah, I just looking and seeing other cultures and seeing what their struggles are. Like I said, I keep mentioning this a lot, but family and just caring for those that are around you is at the core of a lot of what people do. So if you treat them as human beings and you operate in that and not just like us versus them. You could accomplish a lot of things through just coming together and understanding that their mission might be different, but at the end of the day, they're just trying to provide for their families and love each other.
Well, guys, I appreciate you spending some time with me this afternoon. Keep up the great work. Phenomenal mission. I know you guys are going to do great things with it.
Awesome.
So,
Thanks for having us.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to let David and Connor get back to elevating Springfield, but for the rest of y'all, we'll be right back.
Look, I get it. Mortgages sound boring until you realize you need one, and suddenly you're neck deep in paperwork. Googling terms like escrow and DTI like you're studying for a finance exam you didn't sign up for. I'm Fred Weber at 217 Mortgage. I break it down like a real human, not a robot in a tie. VA loans, first-time homebuyer, refi, I've got you. Local, fast, and yes, I answer my phone. 217 Mortgage, because adulting is hard enough.
Equal Housing Opportunity, Illinois Residential Mortgage Licensee, Department of Financial and Professional Regulation, NMLS number 6606, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Conditions and restrictions apply. This is not a loan commitment or guarantee of any kind. All mortgage loan products are subject to credit and property approval. New American Funding, LLC, all rights reserved. Corporate Office 14511, Myford Road, Suite 100, Tustin, California 92780. Phone number 1-800-450-2010, NAF.com.
All right, how about David and Connor? Great stuff, right? Phenomenal mission that they have, assisting and impacting veterans day in and day out through both of those roles, through David being on the Veterans Assistance Commission, as well as being an advisor for Operation Hometown Heroes, and then Connor putting in that work with Operation Hometown Heroes. Phenomenal stuff. You know that they are impacting folks day in and day out. So let's talk a little bit about some of what we discussed through a 10X lens, like we always do. You know, whenever we're talking with nonprofit entities, they are tremendously purpose-driven, and you can hear that in Connor's voice. He truly has a passion for what he's doing because of the family that's around him and all the folks that have been in his life to give him that drive, that dedication, that purpose of serving veterans in our community. And you can feel that when you talk to him, you know, what he's wanting to do and the difference he's trying to make through his organization. So what's your purpose? We've talked about that before on the show. What's your personal purpose? What is your company's purpose? Is it to help people? Is it to provide exceptional service? Is it to make a bunch of money? What is it? What is your purpose? You know, a lot of times people disconnect their purpose from their job, but knowing your purpose and connecting it with your daily activities is critical. It's critical in the 10X world and to become really a 10X, what we call a 10X professional. So what motivates you? Is money a motivator to you? Is the impact you can make on your community, on your family, on those around you? Is that your motivation? If you look at people that have done great things in any industry, they've all been driven by something other than, say, just money, awards, or rewards. They have some kind of inspiration, something driving them from the inside that keeps them showing up long after others have quit. Greats in anything, just know that what they are doing is making a difference for their community, their clients, their family, and oftentimes the world. And that really what gets them completely hooked into their purpose, right? Not the money part, but the purpose. And we talk about in 10X that you make it your ethical duty to fulfill your purpose. So where is that for you? How strong is your purpose? Or maybe you haven't defined your purpose yet. I would encourage you to figure out what that is and then really integrate that into your daily activities, both personally and professionally, because purpose is one of the biggest and greatest motivators you will ever have in anything you do. Because when you know you are making a difference, when you know that you are driving toward your purpose, you know that you have a reason for what you're doing, those hard things, and a reason for why you're getting up early every day, a reason for why you are pushing yourself so hard. That purpose is what's going to get you through. So, hey, go ahead and get that purpose defined and implement that into your daily life. David also talked about, and Connor did a little bit too, about how they have partnered with other organizations and how they've been able to find resources for their veterans that they serve through other organizations in town. We've talked about that a lot. Getting great partners is essential in everything you do. You have to have a network of great people to pull from in order to accomplish great things. So expand your network. Go to the events like we've talked before. Become a part of associations. Get involved. Learn what other people are doing and seeing how what they do can impact what you do and how you both can work together to create an even bigger impact. So our next guest here is going to be Michael Thomas. You've heard from him before. He's here on behalf of CILSA, Central Illinois Customer Service Association, and their mission is to make Springfield the friendliest city, and that's through customer service, having great customer service. So before we talk with him, just real quick, for you business owners out there, how important is customer service to you? I know a lot of times it can be taken for granted at a point because we have so much automation out there right now that we feel like that's taking care of some of the customer service duties. But try to put yourself, you business owners out there, put yourself in the shoes of your customer. Run through all of your different services and processes that you have that a customer would go through, and make sure you are really delivering exceptional customer service, not just average, not just mediocre, because you know when we're 10X, we don't want to be mediocre. We want to be unique by our actions. We want to be extraordinary. So where at each step in your customer's journey are you making an impact? Are you delivering exceptional customer service? And this comes from every level of the company, right? From top to bottom, everybody in the organization needs to deliver exceptional customer service for it to really be felt by your clients and by your customers. So, hey, let's go ahead and get to Michael and learn a little bit more about CILSA. Be right back.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agent, is here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343. All right, and we are back. Joining me in the studio, someone you probably recognize from a few months back, Mr. Michael Thomas from Express. How you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing good, Robert. Excited to be with you. The new studio looks great, so I'm excited.
Thank you. Yeah, last time you were with us when you did the full interview, you're back in the old studio, so excited to have you.
I think I was one of the pioneers.
You were. I think you were one of the first 3 episodes that we had. I think you and Todd Bringett from Ace and Fred from 2 months. I think you guys were the first 3 on the show. So appreciate you hopping on board early with us.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I appreciate you and what you do in the community, and always appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk about what's going on.
Awesome. Well, we're going to talk about CILSA, Central Illinois Customer Service Association, but before we do that, remind everybody what you guys do at Express.
Yeah, so at Express, we help people find jobs and help companies find people very easily, make it faster and easier for both, right? If you're a job seeker, I think we've all been through that where you upload your resume and nobody really knows where it goes.
Sure.
Right? So we prevent that from happening. We get you assigned to a recruiter, a real live person that's going to get to know you and help you find a career or a job, whatever you're looking for. And then likewise with the companies we serve, we make it very quick, easy, simple for them to find employees from entry level, general laborers, all the way up to accountants and engineers.
Awesome. Anything really hot right now in terms of job tracks?
I tell you it is, Robert. The skilled trades arena is really hot. So if you have any kind of experience in that arena, maintenance, machinists, there's a big need for those kinds of folks right now.
And if somebody wants to come work with you guys or
try to get work through you guys, individuals out there, how do they go about doing that?
Easiest way is 217-528-3000, or we have a website, expresspros.com.
Awesome. Well, Central Illinois Customer Service Association, CILSA, you're highly involved in that. You're on the board and everything there and have been for a while now. It's a phenomenal organization. I never miss any of you guys' events other than the drive-in. I was sorry to say I missed the drive-in. I missed the drive-in one here recently, but I typically don't miss any of you guys' event because you guys do a great job. So,
well, thank you. Yeah, it's a great organization. We're in our 10th year now. The drive-in just wrapped up Monday. The Bears looked like they were going to pull it off, and then they choked. I don't know what happened. I couldn't stay either, but we had over 100 vehicles show up, and of course, all of those proceeds are going to go to benefit the families from Chatham Strong, the horrible tragedy that we all know happened a few months back. So we're able to partner with the Chatham JCs, and they worked the gate and collected the funds for that. And had the game on both big screens out there at the Route 66 Twin Drive-In. So Doug Knight's been a great partner for us for that event.
Super cool event for a great cause.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. You guys be able to raise money and be able to donate to that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fun one. And, people come from all over Jacksonville, Decatur, down the road. And somebody said they're from Girard, come up and tailgate and have a good time with the family. So
no, it's just a fun experience, a fun idea.
Definitely.
So remind everybody who CILSA is and what you guys do.
Sure. Yeah. So we're the Central Illinois Customer Service Association. As you shared, we're in our 10th year. We're a group of local professionals, all volunteers, and we have about 250 members now. And it's everything from, small retailers to large corporations. And we do 6 or 8 events a year, education, motivation, inspiration, those kinds of things. A couple fun ones once in a while with the drive-in. Of course, we have a networking opportunity as well. But our sole mission, Robert, is just to help to make Springfield the friendliest city.
I love
That's why we exist.
Yeah.
We try to bring like-minded people together, share best practices, ideas, brainstorm, collaboration, and just really raise the level of customer service in Springfield. We firmly believe that if we're all doing better with the customers we serve, people are going to spend more time here, more revenue, those kinds of things.
No doubt about it. On some of those events that you're talking about, more of those educational or motivational events, you guys do a great job of sourcing speakers. So how do you guys pick out your keynote speakers for
I'm gonna let
events?
the cat out of the bag, if you will. Our secret has really been the partnership with Capital City Speakers Bureau. Aaron and Catherine over there have done a great job of getting to know our group. So when they present speakers to us, it's individuals that, have what we're looking for, right? Not every keynote speaker is right for our group. We know our members and we know Springfield, of course. So the vetting process is fun, but also can be daunting sometimes as you're talking to great people, great speakers, their content or their subject matter just might not be right for the group or for the message we're trying to deliver. So, it's been a great partnership with Capital City Speakers Bureau, and they're fun to work with. And we have a great event coming up here in October. So.
No doubt about it. Well, that's the second shout out that they've got within the last week and a half here on the show. We had the Illinois Women in Leadership last week, and they said the very same thing as they use them to source their keynotes, and they always do a phenomenal job. So shout out to them.
They do, husband and wife team, obviously, and they just really seem to care about the groups they're supporting. And likewise with the speakers, they seem to have a great rapport with some of these national keynotes, and they're awesome to work with.
You mentioned you have a event coming up here in October. Tell us about it.
We do, yeah. So for the first time, we're doing Wow Effect. It's a CILSA Summit. So this is a half-day event. Typically our events are in the morning, hour and a half. We have you back to work, or in the evening. This one's going to be a half day. Registration is going to start at 12:30. We're out at Crown Plaza, of course. They've been great. And we're going to have Jack Stallman back. A lot of the listeners will remember Jack. We had him here a couple years ago. And at that time, his talk was around don't flinch, right? And just being positive and those kinds of things. His new material is going to be talking about challenges that we all face, staffing, negativity, generational challenges in the workforce, and how we can come together and overcome those challenges and still have fun. And that's one of the reasons why we brought Jack back. He is just hilarious, great storyteller, positive guy. So we're excited to have him back. Scott Dole is actually going to be the MC for our event on October 7th. And then we have some local talent for some breakouts. So
nice.
12:30 to 5 o'clock is going to be the event, and then a happy hour to follow.
Okay. Who are some of the local folks?
So we have Julie Davis. She's actually on the board as well with with our group here. We have Brandon Daltrey. Brandon is the general manager for the Shield Sports Park.
Cool.
So he's going to talk about that experience and what it's been like to bring that vision to life. And then we have Tess Fialka. Tess was with O'Shea for a number of years, and
Yep.
now she's actually a speaker, presenter, trainer, facilitator herself. Chris Hembro with Peerless, formerly with the Chamber of Commerce here. And then Troy Horton, which I'm excited about. Troy is the Chief Information Officer for the state of Illinois. So Troy's responsible for the artificial intelligence strategy for the state of Illinois. So he's going to talk to us about customer service and best practices and rolling that out for the whole state. And then, of course, Steve Peralta. Steve's going to educate us on Net Promoter Score and how to incorporate that into your business strategy to increase customer service.
Love it. So the breakouts, can somebody go to every single one of them, or do you have to choose between, like, you have 3 of them? What does the slots look like?
That is a great question. It's been a challenge that we've had to, navigate through. You won't be able to attend them all.
Sure.
So you're going to have to select and figure out where.
And that's
where
typical
you wanna
for
be.
a conference.
Yeah. We talked about recording them and having them available, and just logistically, that's going to be a big undertaking. So unfortunately, whichever one you're most passionate about, you're going to have to make a selection.
That's right. No, that's the way it works at the conferences and summits like that. So
yeah. But the good thing is, during the happy hour, if you didn't get to go to someone's breakout, maybe you get to spend some time with them there, or schedule some time after the event to connect with them.
No doubt about it. Any of those breakouts that you're especially excited about?
I tell you, I'm looking forward to Troy's. Artificial intelligence is becoming a hot topic. It's here. It's not going anywhere. I'm trying to dabble and learn a little bit here on my own and what that looks like for business. So I'm interested to hear from the expert, if you will, how the state of Illinois is navigating this.
No, there's a ton of efficiencies that can be gained by using AI. So I
don't think it's going to replace us.
No. It'll replace certain job tasks and things like that, and the people that really can implement it into their work life, it's going to make them more efficient, more productive. So I think it's going to be a net gain rather than a net negative in terms of people.
Yeah, I feel like every 5 or 10 years, right, we got this new thing that's coming. And I'm just kind of learned to lean in and try to wrap my mind around it and learn as much as I can versus be fearful of it. And like you said, how can it help me be more efficient and do more better?
No doubt about it. Yeah. Any technology, whether it's AI or, computers in general, when they were coming out, they took over certain tasks that people did, but that doesn't mean that there was a huge loss towards employment. This just shifts a little bit.
That's right.
So you guys called it the wow effect. That's a play off the award that you guys give out too. Right?
We do, yeah. So during COVID, actually, right out here was our first award recipient. It was Kayla Gravens. At that time, she was the executive director for Downtown Springfield Incorporated. And we had talked about it for a while as a group. How can we recognize people? And so anyways, long story short, the WOW Award was birthed. And now once a quarter, we recognize individuals in the community that are doing extraordinary things. And anyone can be nominated. Anyone can receive the award. So yeah, it's been a neat process. We've recognized doctors and people at Walmart. And probably our most notable recipient has been Bernadette at the South 6th Street McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
About every time the award comes back for, every quarter when it opens up, somebody nominates Bernadette.
Sure.
And as much as we'd like to give her an award every quarter, it's kind of a one and done deal. Yeah. What I like to share with individuals, anyone can be nominated. They don't have to be a member. And whether they win the award or not, they do get a nice certificate from us.
Oh, cool.
Let them know they've been recognized. The employer receives a certificate. So they still get a nice attaboy, if you will, that somebody sees them, somebody recognizes them, and to keep up the good work.
Love it. Well, you might have to come up with like a lifetime wow achievement for Bernadette or something for being nominated, quarter in and quarter out, kind of a lifetime wow award.
I tell you, shameless plug for McDonald's on South 6th Street. If you're having a bad day, go through the drive-thru in the morning, and Bernadette will be in that first window. And she is so full of life, and she is so happy and joyful to be at work. And ironically enough, whenever she did receive our award, she was going through a challenging time. Her son was in the hospital, and she was having some issues with her transportation, and nobody knew. Nobody knew. And she's just a cheerful person, right? And She's absolutely in the right spot. She gets to interact with people and just be a bright spot of Springfield. So those are the kinds of people we're looking for. And once we have somebody that's selected as the winner, our advisory board then selects them through that process. We then coordinate with that employer and we surprise them. We come out there, get a trophy, and I can't think of one where there wasn't at least some tears shed, because a lot of these folks have never been awarded, right? They've never been recognized for
Right.
doing what they do. And yeah, so that's something that we do that we're excited about and proud of. And it's really begun to grow. Now, every time that is opened up once a quarter, we get 16, 17, as many as 20 nominees.
Oh, really?
So it's
Wow. Okay.
becoming-
So it's starting to probably getting
Yeah.
harder to pick each time it comes around,
It is.
probably.
And to your point, we've had a couple quarters where we've had to recognize two people because it's hard to determine who is most deserving person. Excuse
Right.
me. So a couple times we've nominated two people, in that process, and we're happy to do that. So
I love that. I love the way you guys surprise them at work.
Yeah.
That's just phenomenal. That's just really cool for them, really cool for everybody.
yes,
And really at their place of employment to see that too, to see
Yeah.
somebody there get recognized.
our last one was at BJ Grand Salon, and the recipient, she had the owner of BJ Grand Salon contacted her family, and she had family come in from out of town, and
Oh,
they had
wow.
a cake and balloons, and like I said, tears were shed. Her children were able to be present. And yeah, it's very special. Again, these folks aren't looking for that award. They're just being awesome, right?
Right.
They're
Absolutely.
just extending customer service and treating people how they want to be treated. And yeah, we love to recognize that. So
Yeah, I mean, that's the core of Silsa, right? Making
Absolutely.
Springfield the friendliest place out there, and right, and having phenomenal customer service.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, for the event, what's the cost for the event, and how do people sign up?
Yeah, so believe it or not, members have covered the cost. There is no cost to attend our event, so it's open to anyone in the public that wants to attend. Primarily, if you're in business, looking to get into business, that's our target audience, right? From entry level to executives, there's going to be content there for anyone in that space. And we're just super excited about it, looking forward to it. Jack's going to rock the house, I think, with the new content he has. That's always the fear, if you will, of bringing a repeat speaker back. Like, what's their new content? And he gave us a sample of his new content. I'm very excited about it. Can't wait for our members to hear it.
Absolutely. No, I remember him. Was he the one that he had a lot of stories of in Hollywood? Was that him, or was that somebody else?
Jack has some stories in Hollywood. Yes.
I thought he had had a lot of them when he was in Hollywood.
Yeah. Hope Church was where we had
Yes.
Jack at. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had so many extraordinary speakers. There's two other speakers that we've brought back now. So we've had Lori Guest back twice, and we've had Calvin Stovall back
Yep.
twice. So Jack is in an elite class, if you will. And, independently from us, Jack was just recognized by the Speaker Hall of Fame. So now he's even in a more elite class of his peers traveling the world doing speaking engagements. So when we say national keynote speakers, we mean national keynote speakers, right? These are individuals that are subject matter experts and really sought after in their space. And yeah, we're just honored to have Jack back with us.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's going to be a great one. I'll be there.
I can't wait. Yeah.
So, what are some of the other events you've had earlier in the year? We've talked about the drive-in. We got the Wow Effect coming up. What else you had earlier on this year?
Yeah. So in June, we had our summer social. Desiree Logston, who's one of our founders and longtime board members, she is part of the Pieces Bon Gourmet. So we always start the summer off there. So again, we're not doing an event every month, but 6 or 8's really our sweet spot. And we're just looking to bring our members together. One of the exciting things about our group, Robert, is month over month, we're adding new members. When this group's really grown organically, we're not pestering people or doing any kind of solicitation, if you will, but we hear from our members often that it's about the quality of our events, not the quantity. And we try to stay true to that. We try to really think about what kind of value this is bringing to our members and any kind of guests that they're bringing. And it's not uncommon for us to have, especially at some of these larger organizations, Springfield Clinic Horseman, they'll bring 6, 8, 10 individuals out. And, you're in business for people to sacrifice their time and to dedicate themselves to come spend time with us. We don't take that lightly. So, so we just really try to build our programs around what's best for our members. And our advisory board's been a great steering committee, if you will. And there's been some things where they say, that's probably not a good idea. And we take that to heart and we adjust and flex and continue to have fun and bring people together.
There you go. So if somebody wanted to join Silsa, what's the cost?
Individual membership's $100 a year, so that covers all of our events. Corporate membership's $500 a year. That allows for you to bring up to 7 individuals from your organization to any one event. Again, we've not been hard or fast on that rule. And then we also have a nonprofit rate. It's $300 a year for a nonprofit organization to join our group, and that allows you access to all of our events as well as our website. You get on the membership roster. Andrew Bartlett's one of our board members. He owns a company called Ootbox Media. You get invited into his studio for a Meet the Member segment. And we just really try to give them as much exposure as we can to say thank you for the membership. And like I said, we're up to about 250 members now. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah. And I'm one of them. It's fun.
You are one of them. Yeah, you've been a member for a long time.
Yeah. It's been quite a while now. Todd Bringett from ACE originally turned me on to it, invited me to one of the events years back, and never looked back. Been coming to him ever since.
Todd is getting an award, I think tomorrow, actually, through the Boy Scouts of America here in Springfield. I think it's called the Trailblazers Award for their contribution to the youth in the community. So yeah, we're excited for Todd, and
cool.
Give him a little shout out here.
No, he's definitely done a lot of great work with youth in the community. So that's a well-deserved award there. That's awesome.
Todd is a great asset to our board. And like you said, just the community in general. A-Sign is really a hidden gem in town.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I bring up the museum a lot, and people are kind of like, what do you mean museum? Like, you have to go see the Sign Museum. So
yeah, no doubt about it. And I've held multiple events in the Sign Museum now. Always a great always great turnout, and always people just are floored by what's going on.
You wouldn't
right
think
here.
that would be there.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
You drive down 2nd Street, you're like, wait a minute, that's just a manufacturing facility or a sign shop. No, it's a whole museum.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, Michael, anything else going on in Springfield that you're excited about right now?
Really just focused on this event coming up in October 7th. CILCSA.org is our website. Of course, we're on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. So anyone that has any questions or anything like that, I would love for them to reach out. And our last event of the year is going to be at Illini Country Club, like it is every year. We'll do a toy drive. This year, Compass for Kids is going to be the recipient.
Nice. Okay.
So we're going to collect items for them. If I could let the cat out of the bag, I guess I can share the speaker.
That's completely up to you. Yeah.
Cafe Moxo, Mark Fornash, the owner of Cafe Moxo, is going to share his story with us. Mark is a very humble guy that has done a lot for Springfield in spite of some challenges and adversity. So we're very excited to have Mark as our wrap-up event for the year at Illini Country Club in November.
Phenomenal. Very impactful. He's a great guy.
Yeah. It'll be more of a fireside chat. Julie Davis, one of our board members, is going to be the moderator and probably take some questions from the audience. And historically, at that event, we always have some live music and a little after-party cocktail hour.
A little after-party social cocktail hour. Absolutely. Yeah. No doubt about it. I think I've been to the last 3 of those or so. Three or four.
I was trying to think who we had last year as our speaker.
It was the panel, because I was on it.
Panel. You were on the panel. That's right.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember. We've had a couple panels. We had the pastor from Hope Church out. So yeah, we're just looking forward to Mark. Again, just a super humble guy, but has done so much good for this community and his employees. And Cafe Moxo has become a staple of Springfield. So we can't wait for folks to learn more about Mark and his journey.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's great to have them back open, isn't it?
I agree. Yeah. Have you had their fall over soup?
I have not. No.
Get over there, try their fall over soup. It doesn't sound good, but it's really good soup.
All right.
Sweet potatoes, sausage. Again, it doesn't sound like it's going to be great, but it's phenomenal.
Nice. Well, Michael, I know you gave your kind of personal and professional advice last time you were in here, but anything we can do here in Springfield to help elevate all of us community-wide here?
I think we're all onto something. I watched one of your last episodes with Jeff Dillman and Land of Lincoln Professional Networking Group and Local First. And I think that's the key, the collaboration. I think if we can work harder to put our egos aside and, not look at it as a competition, but more of a collaboration, it'll benefit all of Springfield. And again, that's really the heart of the Customer Service Association. Desiree Logston years ago said, rising tides lift all ships. It reminds us that, if we're doing our job right, treating people right, people are going to come here. They're going to stay longer. They're going to tell their friends and family. They're going to become the promoters that we need to make Springfield that bright city that we all desire, right? We all want Springfield to be on the map. And I think that's the way we do it, is just more collaboration and networking and bringing people together.
Yeah. Let's go. Well
Let's go.
said. Let's get it. All right, Michael, appreciate you stopping by and talking all things Silsa with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to let Michael get back to elevating Springfield, but for the rest of y'all, we'll be right back.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, while you're out on socials, check us out. You can check out my personal page at Robert Farrell at everywhere. Also check out those Elevate Springfield pages as well. Our YouTube channel is a good spot to go catch all the different clips from the show, all in one convenient package. That's at Robert Farrell. Give us a subscribe. We would certainly appreciate it. Thank you to Connor, David, and Michael for spending some time with us. Great mission from the Veterans Assistance Commission and also Operation Hometown Heroes. And Michael, you're always doing phenomenal things in this community. Keep up the great work, brother. So today, take what you learned. You bring the discipline and follow through. And together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. We'll see you next time. Be great.
Big dog, if you're doing some remodeling or redesign and build, come and see our showroom. No one does it like we will. Call Big Dog, let us do it once, and then you're gonna see you'll wanna be a part of the Big Dog family. Call Big Dog, if you want the job done and you want it done right. Call 8332 Big Dog.
Your local Window Depot USA.
Big Dog.